like we kind of went over, we'll just talk more.
Yeah.
All that good shit.
December 1st coming around, so.
Oh, yeah. So everybody's going to be tapping in. You have to start. Get that Shopify shop set back up.
December freakout don't even exist.
I know mine goes to bills.
Yeah, bills and everything else.
Yeah.
Fucking speed tickets.
Bills,
fines, and
kids.
whatnot. All that good shit. But, yeah, so like you said, it's been about a year, bro. So he come in here, I said, test the mics out. He was like, testing 1, 2. It's been a minute. Let's see. So we're just looking up this too. I was trying to get him pretty what's it called? Like up to date with how this even came about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Mad Crab Productions. Right?
Yeah, no, Mad Crab Production, that's the director of it. I actually asked him how he got that name. And he said that it came from a couple of things. I think a nickname that his girlfriend always gave him, which was like Crab or something. He was a little hot-headed sometimes. And so he just kind of mashed those two together. He actually did a Batman movie that I watched a few years ago. And I didn't even know it until I was there. And they brought the guy in. And I was like, wait.
How'd you meet him?
I was at the Okanlefty Village when I was a tour guide. I just got off tour and somebody said that, hey, there's a guy I want to talk to you about some project. I was like, I've talked to people before. It never went through. So I was like, sure, I'll entertain it.
Right.
He came up and this was back in like 2022. And he told me the concept of this originally. And
so it's been, what, 3 years in the making? Almost?
Yeah, almost 4. Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
3 now. Yeah. Okay. And then we talked a little bit through like FaceTime or like Google Meets and stuff just to kind of go over the script and props and everything that you need. And then in 2023, in November, we started filming. And then now, finally, it's just now
came
released.
to life.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's crazy how it works. I didn't really think how much time would go into that, right? So, like, I don't know, we were kind of like, not in a, like, sack of shit type of way, but we're like, damn, it took them like 4, like, how many 3 years for this?
Yeah, it took
just
a while.
30 minutes to the dot.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? And I'm like, this is just my ignorance, but I was like, damn, if I can throw a podcast together in 2 weeks, you know what I mean? Here we are taking a year off.
Right.
Yeah, by the way, this video took about a year to put together, you know what I mean? Put a lot of work into it. But yeah, that was just my ignorance with it. But it was good. The way it was put together, I fucked with it. Like, I watched it. It took me a minute to watch it. So I told you I was going to watch it like 2 weeks ago. I finally watched it like 5 days ago. And I was like, well, I'm going to sit back. Let me watch this, bro.
Oh, I heard some people it's taken a while. I know for like the past year, every time somebody sees me, when's it coming out? When's it coming out?
Right.
Now it's finally out. So I feel so relieved that I can be like, oh, here you go. Here's the link. I can share it with them.
Yeah. How long were you guys sitting on this before it was like, you can finally share this, bro? Like,
I know they were still doing VFX a few months ago. And then I think in August.
I guess, like, when did you get like a release date when you could start sharing it?
I honestly was updated just as much as everybody else was. Yeah. Corbin just was like, I don't know, it's better for you to be surprised and watch it, which it was. But I was still like, I want to know, I want to see it, but I didn't get to watch it until our first premiere, which is in September in Virginia. And then we came down here and had it at the Under These Hills Theater.
Oh, the premiere down there?
Yeah, and that was October 25th. So I think it's not even been a month now.
Yeah, it hadn't even been a month since it's come out. I guess we can pull up here. Oh
yeah, see, there's the Batman movie.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to check out that one too. 3 weeks ago.
How'd you get into acting and all that?
Actually, before we start, welcome back to Take Underground. You already know what it is, man. It's Corey J.
K. Stizzy.
And today we got a special guest with us, man. One of the actors from A Raven's Call. This is by Mad Crab Productions, and we're trying to get into some. Me and Taylor grew up together, went to high school together, that sort of thing. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Where are you from? Our community, age, name, family origins, however deep you want to get into it, bro.
Yeah, I'm Taylor Wachacha. I'm 27. Right now, I live in Yellow Hill, but most of my life I lived in Birdtown. But my family name is Wachacha, which is actually Junaluska was actually Wachacha's brother, and so there's probably some relation.
Yeah, we've talked about that story a couple of times.
Yeah,
so, but we need to get into that. I've been telling you, we've hit that a couple of times.
True.
So, but so here we are. And how'd you get into acting, bro? How did this even? Yeah, let's start from the beginning. How did this even come about, bro? You said that one day you were doing some tour, or you're doing tour with Kind of Lefty, right?
Yeah,
I didn't even know they were doing a tour type of deal. So I guess
So up at the Okanalati Village, it's kind of like a museum, but you can take a guided tour throughout the village. I was one of those. I was working there at the time, and then Corbin, who has Mad Crab Productions and put this together, he showed up one day back in 2022. Kind of talked about it. I got his contact information. And then slowly over time, we finally got to filming in 2023. Then now here in 2025, almost a full, 2 years after we filmed, it finally released and now it's here. So.
That's just up. So he was just passing through, I guess?
Yeah, he was actually...
he was doing research for it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Scouting, maybe.
Yeah, and originally he was wanting to film it here, but we couldn't find a village type area, and we actually filmed at Henricus Historical Park, which is kind of the same concept of the village. You can pay to go in and tour and stuff. And
this is in Virginia?
Yeah.
Or Pennsylvania?
Richmond.
Virginia.
Near Richmond, Virginia. Richmond, Chester, I don't know. It's somewhere around that area in Virginia. And that was actually more of like a, I guess, accurate kind of layout, because it's still the same thing of like accurate buildings, but theirs was more of like a actual village layout, but it was more of like a European settler village.
Okay.
And that changed the script a little bit.
That was one thing I was actually really impressed with, because I watched some of not the behind the scenes, but him, I guess doing like an interview for this, like I guess after it dropped. I didn't look at the dates of it, but he was talking about making it and how he wanted to get as much accurate information as possible. Instead of like a lot of people, like Hollywood, they just kind of toss it together and it's like, that concept's cool. Let's throw it in with this. And, Choctaws did this. That's cool. Throw it in with that. And you know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate the accuracy he went through.
Yeah. And I originally wasn't even going to be in it. He asked me to be a cultural advisor on it.
We noticed that looking at the casting that he posted.
Yeah. And then slowly over time, I noticed he was referring to Wody, the character I play in there. Mm-hmm. When he would refer to him, sometimes he would say, what would you do? What do you think? Or slowly referring to. And eventually I was like, am I playing?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And then he was just like, oh yeah, sure, if you want to. I was like, okay, then I guess I'm playing this character.
Bro, just tell me if I got the spot, bro. You know what I'm saying? You keep asking me questions about it.
But I did,
you know what?
I did send in like a audition for it, but I was like, I think I am playing it, because he would refer to Wody as like me when we were talking about it. So that's just how that.
So he didn't. So he had someone pick beforehand, and then it just kind of meshed, and you ended up being it.
He was,
or he just kept it from everybody.
Well, you didn't know yet. There was no like cast, because he was kind of doing it just, kind of like how you do any kind of thing. You plan it and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And we talked about the script a little bit, and originally it was actually two brothers in the movie, and I think the location also changed the script a little bit. And eventually I got brought on. He cast a few other people. And then I suggested Rachel Blythe, who plays Yona. Mm-hmm. Actually, rewind a little bit. Bailey Frankenberg, she was actually in Unto These Hills for a couple of years. She actually had to drop out because she got a really good contract, like a touring show.
Oh, that's nice.
And so then we didn't have Yona. And eventually I suggested Rachel Blythe, and then she auditioned, and then she got the role. And then from there, we just kind of waited to start filming.
We seen that too, where you did the actual, like, the white screen interview type of deal. You guys were sitting there talking about it dropping, you and the original actor. And then we saw Rachel.
Yeah.
That's not Rachel. Right. So we were kind of like, there's like a pause of like unexplained, like, what the fuck? Not that she didn't. Anyway, she did a phenomenal job. I mean, I think it turned out the best way it could have. But
I think he did a cast announcement at one point. I think it was on Facebook or Instagram. It's probably if you dig through it, you'll probably see it at some point. But yeah, originally was Bailey, but I think it was Peter Pan. So it was a really good contract for a touring show. So we were like, oh yeah, we understand it.
You gotta capitalize on that.
Yeah.
I mean,
and so
unfortunately, you got to go where money's at. You know what I mean? So,
but it worked out. So
that's what's up. Yeah, I think I want to say I came across Mad Crab Productions before this was even a thing.
Similar to how Taylor saw, I guess, Batman a few years.
Yeah. Batman: Dawn of Fear.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's just crazy. Years later, you're like, oh shit, this is the same. I've been watching this, and now it's like you're like this much closer to it. You never even thought. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of, it's wild to me.
Yeah, and I talked to him for a while, and I never, like, I subscribed to it, so I know that it was there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then one day I was just kind of scrolling through to see what he did before, and I was like, oh, this whole time I didn't even know he did Batman. And actually, while we were filming, I found out his parents' house was what he used for Wayne Manor. So I was like, oh, this is Wayne Manor. I was freaking out. And then the stunt guy, he actually played Batman.
Yeah.
He showed up on set, and I was like, I just met Batman. I was freaking out.
That's dope, bro. That's dope as fuck. Where's I guess not to get too deep into, I don't know how private he want to be with his life, but is he local to here?
No, he's
kind of local. Or
he's from, I think he's from Richmond, Virginia. I never really asked, but fair. I guess if his parents have a house there, they got pictures up on the wall, so I assume that's where he's from. But
that's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah,
that's what's up though. So so you met him on the tour. He did the casting. You put in an audition. He was using you as a like a reference for the historical accuracy and whatnot. Which I don't think he could have picked too many people better than that. You know what I mean? That can act and can give you the historical accuracy. You know what I mean? So I think he definitely lucked up in that sense. Like, not only is he going to act here, but he'll know exactly, how close we can get to that.
Yeah.
Instead of having to explain it to somebody.
Well, thankfully, Rachel also did the village for, I think she started when she was like 16. So she also was there to be like, no, this isn't right, or this stuff. So thankfully, Rachel.
So having the background in like the historical accuracy of Cherokee history, and then on top of like the acting, it's a lot to put in,
Yeah. And thankfully, we got a hold of the language department. And he originally said he wanted the two Cherokee characters to speak Cherokee when they're just by themselves.
No, I did like that. The Cherokee dialogue, that was cool.
Around people who aren't Cherokee, they go into English or whatever.
Right.
That was a little bit hard to get because people just wouldn't reply or anything. But thankfully, we got a hold of some people at the language department. Myrtle Driver actually did the translation and recorded it. So we're on set having to
like repeat.
Yeah.
Listen. Okay.
And there were a couple of line changes that we did have to do. That was last minute. We were literally just sitting there waiting on a reply, and we did get a couple of translations. So, but yeah, we were reaching out trying to get that translated.
That's cool though. I feel like it would have been just for the viewers, like it would have been a little bit more difficult for that. Where remember when we were discussing with Levi how Cherokee language like is kind of structured and how it's more like descriptive.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So then it's like, would they really have said this? Or would they have, said it a different way? But whereas like English now and where we're second language learners, it's not going to process the same. And we talked about that too, didn't we? Yeah. So like horse, right? It carries it on its shoulders. Yeah. But you hear Shogali and you hear that's a horse. Bro. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That was a problem. There were some changes we had to make. He had to like kind of rephrase a little bit because it just didn't make any sense when you're trying to make it or translate it into Cherokee or putting it out the other way. So that was a little problem we got sometimes of things didn't really translate quite the right way.
Yeah, so I feel like, I don't know, to me that makes it that much more impressive that you guys are able to get that on the fucking fly, you feel me?
Yeah.
And it is like, you're like last minute, I guess not last minute, but you're like, hey, we're here, we need this now. And it's like, well, this will do.
I think the only problem we had was this did take a while around the fire near the end. That took a while because that was the part that we didn't rehearse that much, and we didn't get it till kind of before we started filming. But a lot of the beginning and some of the stuff inside of the house, that was just what we already knew, what we already spoke. So
Right.
that was a lot easier. But that fire scene near the end where it's just floating, you know, it's like maybe a minute long.
Yeah.
That was like the hardest one for us trying to.
Yeah, I was also looking too at like where I would have stopped as far as like language speaking went, and like outside of the cabin, like that's like simple, like you know, here's and there's. But it's like further than that, deeper than that, I've been like, okay, yeah, I gotta switch to English, bro. I can't.
Yeah.
Like, I can't keep carrying this on.
Yeah.
I'm already shit at language, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, what I got is what I'm so thankful for, and I definitely need to capitalize on it and do more. But that was, I don't know, like I said, it was definitely impressive, and I know that would have been one of the bigger hitches in that, and probably setbacks.
Yeah, and like Corbin, I was like, because we were both struggling, and I was like, could we just say one line and then you cut or something and splice it together? But he was like, no, I trust you guys. Like, he's like pushing us to get this out in one take. So we just kind of did it over and over. And he's like, I'm not yelling cut. You stop. If you mess up, just call for line, reset, go back. And so in the moment, I was like, come on, we could do this easier. But I do like how he was pushing us to kind of.
I'm just imagining
with
like
our
the
language.
bloopers at like the end of the film of you guys like having cuts and different scenes.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. We asked him about a blooper reel and he didn't think of it. And there wasn't a lot that happened. I know at one point when Mary, I think that's her name, rushes at the two as they're about to leave and she tears that curtain down.
Yeah.
There was one take where it got caught on her head. And so she's screaming and she's just trying to take it and she can't get it off. And eventually you just hear everybody start laughing and she's still like tangled up in it. And we had to reset.
Now, how do they do the, I guess the clothing, or did you guys already have that from the village experience?
The clothes that me and Rachel wore, all of them are my clothes, my own personal clothes I've gotten over the years. But I got those through working at the village. I kind of they provide you clothes, but I went and bought my own material, had somebody make the shirt, make the leggings. The coat I ordered off of a website. So I already had all the clothing.
Right.
And so I just had to bring all of it up.
I fuck with that too. It's definitely like the most authentic way to go about it. You know what I mean? So it's always gangster.
This makes me like think, I haven't really seen any other like young Cherokee media representation in this manner and such of like movies or TV shows. Like the only person I can think of is Wes Studi.
Yeah.
But we don't have any younger actors really coming out.
Yeah, and I think it's not something until like recently with like Reservation Dogs.
Yeah.
That really kind of put us on the map a lot. But even still, there's not a lot out there. But I don't know if you guys watched the new It prequel. It's Welcome to Derry. There's actually a pretty long section that I really liked. It was telling the Native American side of the story.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things where I'm like, I like seeing them where they're not being stereotypical, you know, there's people.
Right.
I haven't seen that. Is it in the new It movie?
It's a
or is it just like a short?
The TV series.
Okay, yeah, I definitely didn't see it then.
Yeah,
I was wondering what everybody was kind of talking about when I was.
Yeah,
our little brother Hishke's watching it right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, I'll definitely have to tap into it and see. I didn't even watch Echo. In that scene, they recruited a bunch of natives to go out there from here.
Yeah.
Meanic Grant was one of them.
Yeah,
he was telling me how he was like, yeah, it was cool, and there was a bunch of Choctaws out there, and they were doing kind of like more of their style, which is fine. But he's like, yeah, I'm in there for like 2 seconds, like in the back. You guys see me, I'm kind of blurry. And I'm like, I went and watched it, and the scene was cool. I kind of wish they went more in depth, but I didn't even get to catch him. I was trying to pause it and see, but I didn't get to see him. So, but
I remember when they first put out the casting for stickball players, they said fit, athletic native players, and everybody was like, "You just eliminated like 90% of the people from that right there."
There's like 10 of us.
Yeah, there's like 10 people from each tribe is athletic.
So yeah, you could definitely tell like who was going to get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, if he applies, he might get it. You know what I mean? So, but that was funny as fuck. I wished, I don't know. I really do wish that there was like a more, somehow, some way, like, and maybe we'll be the ones to do it. Maybe somebody will see this and they'll be like, hey, well, I want to get into film directing and do something like that. I always really thought that you were going to start, climbing the ladder in film directing. I mean, it's probably like one of the first steps, but
yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where like you just kind of have to do it, but it's
yeah, we get it.
Get it. And then it's like,
go watch our first video ever.
Like even on like TikTok, every video I put out, it gets a lot of views, get a lot of followers from it. But I'm just like, I'll do it tomorrow. And it's
one of those things where you have to keep at it.
Yeah. The last video I posted, it has like 6 million views. And that was back in January. I was like, maybe I could do something with this.
Nah, you need to capitalize on that.
I know. It's one of those things like you said, just like, I'll do it tomorrow.
Right. Facts. But yeah, I wish someone would and like I said, maybe somebody from here will see it and they'll be like, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Like maybe there's some young freshman student inspired, like, I want to do film directing. Like, I remember you talking about when we were younger. Yeah. And you were always like, I want to get in the film. I want to get in the film. I want to get in the film. But something to do with our stickball. Because it's so rough and rugged and like
making like what, a documentary on it or like
a story behind it, a story around it, right? So say maybe they did the original story was with the beast of the sky or the beast of the land and the animals in the sky. Or I forget what the actual, like real cultural, like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I've had like ideas before, but I'm not a good writer, so that's where I'm stuck at.
Yeah, but we got storytellers everywhere, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like writing one of those things where you're trying to get like a script down. I'm not good at. I just get stuck. I'm like, I don't know what's next. I know end cool moment here, but I'm like, I don't know how to. My brain doesn't know how to connect the points. Yeah,
I can see that, but I don't know. I mean, like,
maybe that just comes with time and practice. I don't know.
Well, too, just doing it, right?
Yeah.
So say it's like you're stuck in that point. Fuck it. What's the next step? I started doing the next step. Boom, boom. Oh, I met somebody in the process of like, oh, maybe you should do this. And you're like, oh, fuck, that makes sense. And then you just keep adding and building as you go. Because I mean, like, I remember our first video ever. We came here, sat down, like, and our whole thing was, how do we break generational wealth curses, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously we're not there, but it was like, well, what are we going to do? What could we do, right? Social media is big, and do something with social media. You know, it'd be cool. Just random as hell, not even thinking money or anything. You know, it'd be cool. You start a podcast. How many native podcasts you know?
Yeah.
He's like, well, let's do it. You got camera, microphone. Get your fucking iPhone, bro. Set it up. Yeah. I was like, well, what are we going to talk about? Who the fuck cares? Turn on. I'm like, damn, okay.
There's a couple of us that were like, yeah, let's make a podcast. And it's like, who's going to buy the equipment? We were like, I'll make it.
December's in 3 weeks. But yeah, and then I mean, you could definitely see from our videos that it's like the progression, and it's like,
yeah.
Now we're here 2 years in. Oh, you know what? I don't like saying that 1 year in. We'll say 1 year in because we took a year off. But 1 year in not to the day, but
also when I watched the other ones, I thought you guys painted this.
A lot of people think that.
Yeah.
It's painted. We're cutting that out.
I like how you guys painted this. You guys are really talented.
Oh, facts.
Thank you.
It's all his design. You know what I mean?
They tell us to be humble, but when people brag, you must talk about it. You know what I mean?
But yeah. I mean, going back to that, it was just doing it though. I mean, we started recording everything, and fuck, we need a logo. Like, if this is going to be a thing, we need a logo. We need a name. He sat on it for like 24 hours, up all night. Uktana Underground. That's kind of gangsta. I fuck with that. It feels kind of streetsy too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, I fuck with it.
I think a lot of people get caught up now with where we're watching. A lot of like people like streamers or actors and stuff from our phones. We get caught up in like
how far
stillness. Behind? Yeah. And just stagnant and just sitting here.
Or like it was where like you're like, oh, I wish that was me.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of
you scroll on and forget about it, and it's a cycle.
Definitely defeating. there's a lot of times I'll look and I'm like, fuck, bro, we could do this, but how far behind on the wave are we? Right. Or the trend, right? So it's like everybody podcasts now.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of it's like, what makes you different from other podcasts?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what could I do different? You know, there's people out there eating fucking food and getting millions of views and get paid for it. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
There's people out there just ASMR and they're making millions. You know, is that not crazy? That's fucking wild. But I definitely like how indigenous representation is going though, and how we're kind of stepping up across the board. Or maybe it's just where the algorithm set that we're watching it, we're doing it.
Yeah, that trips me out. Like, how much of it is tailored to like your perspective and worldview via your phone, like via the algorithm?
Well, it's like my girlfriend. She's from Minnesota.
Yeah,
and she said if she hadn't met me, she wouldn't know about any of to us what we think is big, like reservation dogs and stuff. It's not something that ever comes across any like her feed or just hears about or anything like that.
Definitely, we reach out. Like our world is so large once you get into it, but it's so small from the outside world.
Yeah.
There's so many different people going to boarding school, and he's met people at boarding school as well because he went to Asheville school.
Yeah.
And you knew I went to Raven Gap. He used to give me hell for it all the time. Fucking private school. Fucking rich people school. I'm like, damn, I was on financial aid. But fucking, they didn't even know Cherokee was down the street 45 minutes. And we played football and basketball against them, you know? And like, everybody thought I was from fucking Bangladesh the first year. You know, because think about it. Growing up, you always said I'm Indian.
Yeah.
Everybody here, you say Indian, you're like, oh, fuck, yeah, he gets money.
Even that's changing over the years, I've noticed.
Because now I'll say Native American.
Native American.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I try to say Cherokee, Native.
I kind of hate how we even have a welcome to the reservation, Cherokee Indian. I low-key, that aggravates.
Well, that's why when I refer to the full name of where I worked at is the Okanalefti Indian Village. I tend to try and leave that Indian word out. Yeah, so I just say the Okanalefti Village.
Or even though the museum sign changing it from the Cherokee Indians to Cherokee people.
Yeah, Cherokee people.
Yeah. And then it aggravates me. And I try to, when people ask why, like, for example, the casino, right? People are like, something Indians, or they'll ask about it. And I'm like, well, Native American, I like try to correct them on it. Well, does it bother you? Like, for example, redskin. Did that ever bother you growing up? Me, no. Well, fuck, I'm dark as hell. Two, it's
I ain't red.
Red? What you mean?
If I stay on the sun a little bit, I do get a red tinge.
But I'm like, it don't bother me. But one, I mean, like, you can tell when someone's being malicious, but at the same time, too, or like they're just being like, you know, a smart ass or an asshole. Mm. But at the same time, it's like, redskin was always a thing. Like the team, right? The football team. So it never occurred to me, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like
some people they just don't know.
Yeah. So it's like,
well, it's like when I worked up there, I met a couple that was from Atlanta. It's only 3 hours away from us. But they have never really, they've been to other cities, but you know, they kind of stay in that inner city kind of life. Right. They thought all Native Americans were dead.
I got that same fucking thing.
They were mind blown when I was like, no, like all of us working here, like we're Cherokee, like we're still around.
Right. Yeah, I've gotten that same thing multiple times. Like, where are the natives at? Mm-hmm. Fuck you.
Oh, yeah. You get that all the time up there. They will be like, what time do they let you guys out? Oh, and we're like, at 4 o'clock when everybody leaves and we get to change and go home.
Right. I'm dead. When I was in the military, I'd fuck with them heavy. COVID hit?
Yeah.
Oh no, you're not allowed there. Bro, no, they lock it down. Can I go to Cherokee and gamble and
this
stuff?
ties in back into just media representation now and getting like our image out there and what we actually do as people in the modern sense, you know?
It's definitely bittersweet.
It's like you were saying, what? I'm sorry.
Go ahead and finish.
Like you were saying, like the idea that we're some ancient civilization still in the Stone Age and still like only exist in movies, old Western movies, and just I guess getting people to know who we are.
Yeah, they grow up on like the John Wayne movies, where they have white people painted red,
playing red face, black face.
Yeah, and that's really a lot of people have said that's really the only, because schools don't teach you that much. Lucky if it's even a chapter.
Yeah,
they just kind of gloss over it. So a lot to them, they have those old movies. That's what they think we all are, but they're so wrong.
Yeah, like I was talking to one of our coworkers, LT. I was talking to LT about it, and he was talking about how like when people would talk to him about indigenous people or about indigenous folk, they'd always reference like Dancing with Wolves or some shit.
Yeah,
like one of the newer ones. And you go back and we start naming them, and nobody really even knew Smoke Signals. Mm-hmm. They just knew Dancing with Wolves.
Native,
yeah. Only natives really know about Smoke Signals, but it was like Dancing with Wolves, fucking Windtalkers. Nowadays, everybody references Hacksaw Ridge.
Ridge?
The Cherokee scene.
No, that's a different one.
No. Hacksaw Ridge, he was like, you look Cherokee.
Oh,
he's in his face.
He's
like,
in the barracks.
Yeah, they're in the fucking barracks, and he's like in his face. He's like, "You look Cherokee Indian. Show me your war call." And he's like going in. And he's like, "Ah!" Like
you like a Cherokee Indian or Shawnee blood.
Yeah, so like I've heard people reference that, and they're like, I thought they were just wiped out. And even in school and Raven Gap, right? Mm-hmm. Like these kids are supposed to be like the least ignorant. Like we're teaching everything else, right? I've never really been to another school where, I guess ignorance is everywhere, but I've never been to another school where we went into depth about other concepts. So being there, it was like, what do you mean? Like there's a place where you guys all live and you guys are still there. And I'm like, yes. Like there's
I think there's a few layers to unpack here of like getting people to understand we're still here physically alive. We all live in our homeland, prior to European contact, we're still here in our homeland. And also, I guess, dissecting the idea that people think their great-grandma's Cherokee. See, that's a thing where, like, why does everyone say they're Cherokee?
I think it's just, when they know the most. I don't ever hear them saying, my great-grandma was Choctaw.
I've never heard them say anything.
Yeah, anything other than
Why
Cherokee.
Is it Cherokee?
I've heard Blackfoot, though.
You heard Blackfoot?
I've heard Blackfoot,
yeah.
Bro. And that's not even, like... I'm like, where? Florida. Huh? You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not entirely accurate on like where, but that just don't even sound right. Yeah. You feel me? Nobody says they're Seminole. Nobody says they're Seneca. I'm like, motherfucker, you better be claiming that.
Right there.
Right.
Like,
well, Lumbies.
I don't know. Should we? Should we touch on that or?
Taylor, do you have any thoughts on that?
It's all edited afterwards.
Okay. We got to talk to people from App State, and they have like masters and all these degrees in
academia.
Yeah, and like Native American studies and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they've done a lot of ancestry, and this Cherokee group broke off and then joined this group, and every time they cannot find any evidence to support what these people are saying. And at one point they were like, if you're asking me off the record, they're not Cherokee. And then went back into her little professional spiel about the studies and stuff that she was doing. So you even have people who have the credentials and they're not just sitting around talking, but people who have done research in the field and they cannot find any evidence to support anything that these Lumbies are saying. So it's like,
yeah. I mean,
I think what's crazy was, I guess, the U.S. Senate man from Oklahoma being a Cherokee Nation citizen. And he's the biggest ambassador for Lumbee, and that, I guess, conflict of interest between his tribe, our tribe, we're all one people in Cherokee sense.
Well, I had already heard prior to this, so going out to Oklahoma, you might have heard in our last video talking about stickball and whatnot. I went out to Oklahoma and was helping them kind of practice and develop their stickball team. After they had already had it established, they came out and, that first year was horrible. But they were learning. I mean, you got to give it to them. They like a lot of respect for just coming out like winging it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But that year after that, I went out there and spent a lot of time with them. And speaking to a couple of them, they had already mentioned that issue, not with Lumby's specifically, but that they had given him, or he had acquired recognition and was then capitalizing on that in a negative connotation when it came to the tribe and not really fighting like for them. And he was using that as like I'm enrolled, so you guys fucked up. You feel me?
I would say too, where the population is so high with the enrollment numbers, that's a lot of votes if he gets their support to get into that position, that political position. Somebody mentioned that that's why they wanted them recognized here. Lumby's recognized here. Somebody did the census on they posted like the census report on Facebook, and it was like they went from 220 something. Don't quote me on the numbers, but they went from 220 something like 20 years ago, 40 years ago, and went to like 200,000 or some shit. And it was saying exponential growth is not sustainable nor real or realistic.
Yeah, it was like the number was crazy. It was like fucking Cherokee 22,000, another tribe 30,000, Lumbee 224. And the next one over was like 227,000. Ours was like 30,000. The other one was like,
just the growth rate was crazy.
It was fucking insane. Yeah.
But then too, well, go ahead.
Oh, another thing that I've seen popping up is now that there's they've probably been a thing before, but now it's starting to pick up. There's a Cherokee tribe of Alabama.
There's one in South Carolina that just got recognized like last week on a state recognition level of Cherokee, Eastern Cherokee, which is crazy as well. So Alabama and then South Carolina.
And I know a lot of them, like Cherokee Nation, if you have an ancestor like on the Dawes rolls and stuff, and Lumbee or any other Cherokee tribe that pops up, I'm like, I don't doubt some of you may be a descendant.
Right.
But not all of you can be.
Yeah, I just remember growing up, right? And mind you, this is from like a adolescent's perspective into adulthood. Like, obviously I went an adult when I was hearing most of this shit. But in that transition, like through my teens and whatnot, I remember like it was still not entirely cool to be Cherokee.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like stickball kind of blows up a little bit. There's a little bit more representation. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I mean, the casino's growing, whatnot. Marijuana being recognized or being legalized here and whatnot. Oh, everybody's Cherokee. You start hearing it more often. Yeah. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just me spending more time at home. But I even heard that in school from kids that were from fucking.
If you think about it from the last, let's say 30 years, right? From 95. Since the casino's been here since like 97, or the foundation of it, the tribe didn't have no money really. Like it was a poor area. I mean, Western North Carolina is a poor area. Oh yeah, and it's a rural area at that.
I remember my mom saying that when the casino first opened, it was just a little tiny building. Yeah, and then slowly it just kind of expanded.
Like the financial growth is absurd within the last 30 years, and for us to be born into that and to see it grow up, like we had it different. Yeah.
I think I even remember being or walking through the one building when they only had, I want to say Lou was in there. And that's the only restaurant they had at the time. You wouldn't have been born.
Yeah.
Or maybe you probably would have been. But it's like one of those vivid memories. Like you have like that one split image and it's like maybe 2 seconds. And then it's, like you don't remember fuck all after that.
Yeah.
But I swear I remember walking up in the motherfucker and like mom and whoever else. And maybe I'm just making this up, but that restaurant was there. And then there was like just the machines. But I remember when it was like nothing. I remember there was that diner, so where the little garden is, right there next to the garage. Diner? No, right across the street from it. Do you remember that breakfast diner?
Mm-mm.
There used to be a breakfast diner where that garden is now, next to that rundown hotel, just to the right.
Yeah, I always thought it was just that hotel, the way it is now. I thought that's how it was.
If you're standing at Soco Diner, you look across the street, there used to be a fucking breakfast diner there. And we're right across the street from it, essentially. So, like, we would go over there and eat. And I remember it, like, I still remember it being there. And then Sogo Diner being across the street, and that's like their competitors. But I remember them tearing it down. I guess Casino bought it up or whatever and tore it down. But it's pretty much where that road would sit. So, but anyways, it's just a bit memory.
I barely remember Sogo Diner. I remember the layout, and I remember going into the bathroom and those red baskets. Like, but that's all I remember of it. Like, I don't even think I knew where it was.
It was just like an L shape. Like,
I was just like,
we're
eating
around the corner.
Yeah.
I used to walk across the back end through Bush and come get like grilled cheeses and go back home. Like, that's how close we were to it. Remember the man standing outside Indian Ink?
Yeah. Yeah, that big statue.
Someone bought that from him, I think.
I think Native Brews has it.
Native Brews has one.
They have it?
There's a car dealership in Asheville that has one.
Yeah.
That one on Patton.
Patton Avenue.
Yeah.
That one's massive.
Yeah.
That was bigger than the one.
Yeah, it's like you can see it way up on a hill from the road, and it's just
freaking big old Chief Thundercock up there. Fucking.
That's fucking giant. But yeah, I guess to go back to it though, I'm excited to see where Native representation is going to go from here on out.
What about the ICE taking out a Native woman in Arizona and I guess locking her up, thinking she was.
Yeah, they were about to deport her too.
Yeah, they were going to deport a Native woman in Arizona.
I don't mind getting into it. I really don't. I mean, I don't have any like. I'm not neutral. I'm trying to tippy-toe around what I'm trying to say here. I mean, like, I'm cool with it. The whole, you can't be illegal
what you cool with.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, no, I got facts. See, you see how I'm trying to tippy-toe around it, though? I'm not cool with that, right? Like, everything, I think in its entirety, right, the way the government's kind of structured is shitty. Like, let's be real. There's a lot of, like, gray areas. There's a lot of bullshit that happens, like, some things are being done good. Some things are being done horrendously. I'm more leaning on it doesn't benefit us. It's horrendous. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I want to know how the fuck they're going about this, bro. Like, they could really just bust in here, pick us up and say like,
I mean, I know that woman even tried to give her tribal ID and they just said it was anybody could fake it.
That's what I'm fucking saying. Like, how are they even going about identifying everybody?
Yeah.
Like, I don't carry my social security card on me, bro.
I don't even think it's about whether you're legal or not. I think it's just brown skin, get out. Like, that's what I think.
What it fucking feels like.
Like that cartoon when the cop pulls over somebody.
Oh, yeah, it's like
the shades.
It's like fine, not fine. It's like these shades of brown down here.
Bro, trust. I was joking around with someone last night about it. Not having a license and shit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it's fucking tough. Like, I don't leave the boundary, bro. And they're like, oh, like, they don't fuck with you here when you're driving and shit. And I'm like, nah, I grew up with all the police, bro. You know, I played basketball with them. That one time I went to the gym. They come up, it's 4 a.m., right? Mm-hmm. So I go to the gym. I'm about to walk out. I see all the cop cars outside. I'm like, what up, bro? What up? How y'all doing? Crazy out there tonight? No, we just come here to shoot ball a little bit, you know, and kill some time, work out, stay active. Is your car outside? Yeah. What? Walk here? What the fuck? That's what's up. You trying to play some basketball? Nah, bro, I gotta go, bro. It's like 5:30. Yeah, damn. Parked right behind you, man. It's in your name, right?
Fuck. Yeah, that tag looks a little dead.
Yeah, I was about to say, bro. I'm like, it's my name. Yeah, my car's in my. Fuck my license. Man, ball up, nigga. Bro, I'm over here playing 21 to stay out of ticket. You feel me?
I know. One time we were just kind of. There was two of them slow, like a couple people pull up, and then another cop pulls up, and we're all standing there talking. And while we're talking, I see the cop. He goes walking over, starts looking at everybody's tags. He's like, "Oh, this car right here needs a new tag." And he was like, "Yo, chill, get out of here, get out of here." Right. Yeah, and then he just up and left after that. So it's like, we're fine here,
right?
But
I was joking with someone last night. Like, I was like, it's completely reverse here, bro. That little card, bro. Turn that motherfucker upside down.
Yeah,
right. Dark, good. Oh, nah. Ticket. Yeah, bro. Turn that motherfucker upside down, my boy. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking wild.
Well, do you have any future plans with film, or like, do you want to be in more movies?
I want to. I mean, like Corey said, I've always been into film and stuff.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't have anything planned. I haven't auditioned for anything. I mean, it's also kind of hard because, you know, with the whole native representation thing, a lot of the casting calls they put out, it will be like Caucasian, African American, Asian.
Right. It's a very niche.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like I don't look like any of these people, so it's hard to even try for things.
Yeah, I feel like you're almost looking for a very specific fucking role to play.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I've had them pop up on like the Facebook shit.
Yeah.
So it's like casting call for whatever. It doesn't get like, those are, I don't know, maybe they're scammy as shit or whatever, but I seen tapped on one and it was like, well, what if it's that easy, right?
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? Email, boom, boom, they email you and it's like, you got it. Okay, cool, whatever. It didn't like get very specific on it, but it did dawn on me like, bro, I look crazy as fuck. Like, I'm darker than most natives, right? Everybody either thinks I'm fucking straight Dominican or Hawaiian or Samoan or like,
racially ambiguous.
Bro, yeah, like.
There's so many people that come up to me and start speaking Spanish and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying.
They did that last night.
They'll just look at me and they'll just turn and walk away.
Yeah.
I'm like, my bad.
When we go to a Mexican restaurant, it's bad.
Yeah.
They'll come up and start speaking Spanish to us. But he actually knows Spanish. And I'm like, fuck. Like, this is not fucking helping, bro. Because then it's like, bro, can I get steak and rice, please? Like,
burrito.
some queso on top.
I know, I don't want to like mess up saying it. So I'll be like, yeah, can I get this one?
But, yeah, it's crazy too how, like, I feel like this kind of reservations are almost like, what do they call it? Safe haven for brown skinned people. I was thinking about, we got actual people from like Bangladesh, like India and that sort of thing here. And then we have people from
different
everywhere.
Boundaries too, different reservations.
And then other countries that have brown people, or a lot of them are here.
Yeah.
Obviously, like Casino brings in a lot of them, but I feel like a lot of times they feel like, not culturally, but I guess it would be like racially safe here.
I think
there's
too,
so many
when you
brown
walk
people.
around Cherokee, really, like there's a clear divide of like the local natives, right?
Mm-hmm.
The casino workers, and then a lot of the white tourism that comes in.
Right. But it's like
we're really diverse for the area, but I also feel like you don't really see it unless you look for it. If you're not in like the casino industry.
Yeah, you have to be aware of it. But at the same time, it's like, it's just safe ground. Like, you see them and it's like, it's whatever. Like, we're not gonna fuck with you. You don't fuck with us. Don't cause any problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. I've seen like talked to a few tourists and they're like, "Oh, can I walk here? Is it safe here?" I'm like, "You are fine, pretty much wherever you go here. Just don't go knocking on random people's doors."
How do you handle the fatigue of explaining yourself with your identity?
It is tiring, and I'm like, ugh, I gotta explain it again. But working at the village, you kind of just do that every day, at least once, and you kind of just get into that autopilot mode of, here's my info, here's my experience, and you kind of have like a set script of what you do.
Wild thing to say, like autopilot of like you already know what to say. You've been through it so many times.
I do it so much that I would like kind of check back in, and I realized I was like, oh, what am I gonna eat later? You know, but my mouth is just talking, and then I'm like, then I get confused. I'm like, did I even say anything? Was I making sense? Like, it's one of those things you just kind of do all the time, and it's like muscle memory. You just do it.
Well, at least you get paid to explain yourself. Like, I don't get any extra fucking tips. You know what I'm saying? I don't get any extra tips to explain to this ignorant ass drunk white lady that I'm not fucking Maui from fucking Moana. You know?
Yeah.
You remind me of someone. What's that movie? Cartoon movie. I'm thinking like, you about to be racist fuck, like Pocahontas, and it was a female. Like, obviously there's natives in it. No. It's new. Moana. You look like that big guy. Bitch. I'm like, what? Maui. So that's crazy. And it was just because of tattoos and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're not even remotely the same. Like, you just see fucking ink on darker skin and you just And then, I actually had a a pretty long conversation with an individual talking about, he's really interested in accents. And he said he noticed here that it's not like a hillbilly, like backcountry accent.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the indigenous people have one very specific that you only find here. And we already know that, right? But he's not even remotely from here. And he's like, I catch on to a lot of people, but here is like the most unique I've ever heard. And it's crazy how I just thought it was crazy how it's still running with as few of us as they are, and how influenced we are by the outside world.
That's a good point.
If that makes
I
sense.
think it even extends into like the communities themselves. Like we make fun of big covers.
Yeah.
Like the way they say certain things, and we like copy them. But then like if you get on a snowbird, they also have a certain way they speak.
Right.
But people that come through, they're like, oh, you guys talk the same. But to us, we're like,
you can hear that linguistic variation if you are close enough.
I guess I don't know. I was bewildered by how effectively it still it hits different groups of people within our small community, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, what? No, we don't. And I was thinking about that, like, well, fuck. Well, even in the way they carry themselves, you can tell, like, oh, those guys are from Snowbird.
Yeah.
Like, and they kind of, we all kind of band together, right?
Yeah.
Like, Wolftown's going to hang out Wolftown. Like, people that are from Big Covers are always going to talk to the Big Covers.
Yeah.
I mean, Snowbirds always hanging out about it, doing their thing. So it's like you can kind of tell where everybody's going to be from, type of thing. Like, where are you from?
That's wild.
You from Big
Think
Cove?
about it.
Yeah, and even if
even if
it's like you barely know somebody, but like you're in a big group and you see that one like familiar person, you can tell.
There's
kind of
get
do like a lineage there.
Yeah.
Facts. Okay, y'all from Big Cove.
Yeah.
That's wild. But he was pointing that out, and he was just like, I don't know what it is, but I tried to explain it to him. Like, is it like nasally when we speak? Like almost like a nasal, and we draw out. It's not Southern drawl, but we draw it out kind of in a nasal.
That's how they describe the Cherokee language in general.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a very like nasally language.
Yeah. So that's what I was trying to like ask him if that's what it sounded like, get him to describe it to me and help explain it to me why a lot of people were, you got an accent, where are you from? Dominican, the DR or something? Like, no, I've heard them talk, bro. Definitely not. There's a difference now.
Yeah.
But they just hear accent and it's foreign to them, and they're like, you grew up here, obviously, because you say some country shit, like sometimes, especially when you get excited. But there's like a indigenous type of twist on it some way.
Yeah, I think it's also crazy that we don't, like the northern tribes, the way they talk, like, oh, the creator. Like we don't have that kind of accent.
It's a different drawl.
Yeah.
Is your woman native?
No.
I was about to say, because where did you say, Minnesota?
Yeah.
There's like
very close to Mystic Lake.
Yeah, I know the area.
Them tribes up there, yeah.
We met a guy from, I guess, Minnesota last year at the IEN conference.
Yeah, I do think it's crazy. We kind of joked about it one time that we can go anywhere and see a native. And I was up in the Mall of America, and we're standing there, looking at stuff. And then my girlfriend goes, "Is that a ribbon skirt?" I was like, "What?" I looked over, and apparently there was a conference going on. Yeah. And I was like, "Yo, where are y'all from?" One of them was from there. One of them was from Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma. So we were like, "Oh, this is so cool."
Yeah, that's gangsters.
We did that in Crazy Horse monument in South Dakota. We met some natives there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the dancers?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some dancers over there.
We also did that in Spokane, Washington. We stopped on a reservation up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But we went back there in the cut.
We were in the backwoods.
Holy fuck, bro! It was like an hour to a town that was like.
It was an hour to the closest town,
and the town was like in between, like Bryson City and like
Waynesville, I would say.
Smaller than that. I'd say if you took like a smaller Bryson City and you smacked it right there where Jenkins is at in Birdtown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I would describe it.
That's how my girlfriend describes living here. Because she lives very close to Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's just a short drive. But if we want to go to the mall, we got to go an hour away. Yeah. If we want to go to a bigger mall, we got to go 2 hours away or 3 hours away.
That's how like Pine Ridge and Rosebud is set up. They're like an hour away from Rapid City or 2 hours. And I'm just thinking about like the location of these like land reservations across the country are like purposely put out of the way.
Yeah.
You know? However, for Cherokee people, having our homeland, our mother town being right down the road, we're not in that position for, you know.
I think about that a lot of, Gadoo is just right there. And like how lucky we got with how close we are.
To the original. Yeah. Yeah, because the tribe in Spokane was an hour from that town that was like deserted. Like, I'm talking about like fucking nobody was out there.
Yeah, shit.
The gas station looked like had a garage next to it, like outdated as fuck, but it looked like the garage is on the way to Bryson City out there to the left and right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they look run down, but obviously they're operating. But nobody was there. Like they were like locked the fuck up. And there was a casino maybe another 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
To the left, an air base, and then there was another town, and that was within the hour. So an hour to that smallest town that's abandoned, and then another hour to everything else. And they were like up there in the cut. Like
we went into the grocery store and we saw like the food they offered, and there was like nothing, like bare aisles.
It was like a drive-through. Not drive-through reservation, but you can drive through it and out the other side. Mm-hmm. And the other side was like straight woods back there, like just fucking trees. And they had like a brand new school, but the school looked like a 2-story fucking warehouse gym is what it looked like.
Oh yeah.
With the new fucking football field, but the school was just like a tin building. And it looked nice. Like it looked cooler than that, but it was like
that just like goes to show how much Cherokee has changed within the last 30 years with the casino, and how like there's still modern tribes out there with, nothing
around it.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess the lack of infrastructure for their communities.
Yeah. I keep saying somebody, I'm trying not to reference names because I don't know how, but I guess if they put it on a public platform, that makes sense. Anyways, Rory mentioned, or he made a post about things that we should be looking into, and he suggested, and I don't know if I entirely agree with him, but he suggested that we should lower the blood requirements not again, but lower them, because Cherokee Nation has some sort of, does something like that to keep funding up for us.
Yeah.
And this might be an opportunity, or not opportunity, but something that we may have to consider, given that the gaming industry doesn't flourish like we want it to. Mm-hmm. Like, say, the fallout of game enterprises, right? Or like the issue that we're facing now, there's 15 of them, and now it's not our main source. So I don't know if I entirely agree with that. But like
there's an argument for financial gain and like federal funding. However, that conflicts with the idea of like preservation.
Yeah.
And it's not about the money at the end of the day. It's about keeping your lineage alive.
But so I want to pose a question, right? Think about how, like, to be realistic, think about how tainted the lineage is now, right? And how well we've preserved what we have now as far as culture and history and the way we practice everything compared to what it used to be before settlers, right? Obviously, it's going to be its purest, way of life. It's just, it is what it is. But think about how tainted it is up until this point that we know now, and how we try our very best to keep it alive, but we obviously fail every fucking day. Will it ever get better, or at the very least, stay consistent enough in the future? And given that concept, is it for the best that we continue to try to keep it alive. Because just hear me out. Would it be more honorable to just let it dwindle away and be as pure as it's going to get as of now? Not saying like fuck all to our descendants and or, our kids or grandkids or those that are thereafter. But I want to say I feel like it would be more honorable, right, to live as pure as we are now. Not saying that we are pure, but to try to live it as best as we can now and not dilute it and like taint it anymore and be like the last, like, this is it, this is us, this is like as good as it's going to get, and that just be it. So then it's not like we're looking. Are you catching on? Did I kind of lose you guys?
No,
you can be honest.
I'm just thinking about I'm just dissecting it.
Yeah,
I feel like
cultures. For example,
like a last Mohican type of thing, right? Like you'd rather be like, I'm like the last warrior of my kind, and that's like, I feel like that's like honorable shit. Like on some like hero type shit. Like I'm like the last of my people, right? I'm gonna live it out to the fucking like fullest, and like, I'm gonna be the last one, and that's just it. Like this is us. Like I'd much rather it be like, this is me, this is us, this is the last of us, and this is as pure as it's going to get. And like I don't want it to be destroyed or altered any more than it already is.
I think I
feel like lowering it is going to invite more people to just ride that wave and take advantage of it. Because be realistic, we already have people that have they meet more of the requirement now, but how many of those people that meet more of the requirement live that way like it's meant to?
I think too, so it's inevitable if you have a blood law, it will dwindle away after so many years.
Yeah, I think eventually we will die out. I think it's inevitable. But I think if you the way keeping it like pure as much as we can. So like not lowering it to any up until like a certain point, I think eventually you will run into the problem with some of the issues we have now of people claiming to be Cherokee. Then they're just gonna try and be Cherokee, and then they might just taint whatever we built even more.
But if we were to stop, right, and there's like what, I wish I would have remembered this, but there is the last speaker, right, the last language speaker. Language is a little bit different, but they rushed at the very last second to get all the recordings from her and have her speak as much as possible, and then she dies, right? Mm-hmm. She was the first language speaker of that language, right? And like I said, its language is a little bit different. You can teach people, and it can carry over, but it's a language, right? I feel like language kind of it really goes hand in hand with culture. And if you don't have a culture behind that language, it's just a language.
That is right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of a little bit different. But if it were me, right, say Juno Lesko was like, I was the very last one. And then next to me, it could have been like, God forbid, but say I had kids and we didn't have a good relationship and they just don't give a fuck about the name or anything. Yeah. Right? I would much rather it just, you see what I'm saying?
It's just the name, it's just sound.
I would much rather it just die with me instead of let somebody else fucking taint it. And I'm not saying let's just like fucking opt out of everybody else after us and just like, fuck it, let's not even just try to trust them. But I'm just saying in general, instead of lowering the blood quantum and continuing to lower it just to build funding, right? I feel like it should only go so far.
Well, that's just how I feel. I know Choctaws, you have to be a quarter, I believe.
Right. But think about how far
you have to be a half.
But a lot of them actually speak the language a lot more than we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a fuck ton of Choctaws.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, they're not really running into the issue, but here everybody wants to be fucking Cherokee. And I'm saying that on a broad scale, but like from our perspective, everybody we meet, oh, great, whatever. I would much rather me be the last Cherokee.
I met those people in California too.
You see what I'm saying?
It's fucking wild.
Like how? Why?
I met a guy in Dahlonega, Georgia. He was dating a girl I went to school with, and he showed me a card that said Western Cherokee on it. It didn't say Cherokee Nation. It didn't say UKB, but he said he was from Cali. That's why it reminded me of that. He was like, oh, I'm Cherokee. I'm telling you, blonde-headed, fucking blue-eyed, and his hair was curly. Yeah, I got my idea.
What's a little laminated?
It was laminated as fuck, bro. Yes.
Like just the financial gains of being enrolled. A lot of people try to abuse
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, like
I think they just think we all get like $1 million a year.
Well,
like that YouTube video that got released like 2 years ago, explaining Cherokee, and there was a guy not from here. Do you remember? Did you ever watch it?
I'm not sure. Oh yes,
yeah.
I remember.
Not Patterson, is it?
Like Peter something. I watched this video all the time, and then I seen the richest tribe in Western North Carolina. I was like, it's like, who did they get? Who did he
get to talk about it?
I'd say well over $1 million. Well over. Where? Where? My boy. I don't know if you hear this.
And I don't know how.
But we standing in.
Right.
I don't know how he even found, like, how he went about finding somebody to be like a guide. I'm assuming he might have did what Corbin did, just kind of showed up and just talked to the first person he seen.
Stumbled along the wrong.
You know, that happens. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And I've even, of course, he's got like 1 million subscribers. He's never going to see it, but I've sent him messages on every platform being like, hey, well, maybe come back and correct some of this. But
maybe we could, no, we're going to.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so it's like, going back to that, that's what I'm saying, though. You feel me? Like, he's not even from, I mean, he didn't claim it, but, like, there's people like that walking around that could have easily been like,
point you in the right direction to talk to the right people, too.
Well, even then, all he had to say was, he's Cherokee. And because he looks the part, they're going to take it for law.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like, I can get they don't want to question us if we say we're Cherokee, but sometimes it wouldn't hurt to be like, you know,
could we see the enrollment card?
Yeah, or like what's your what's your like background knowledge on this? You know, just you can throw some little questions out there too.
I really don't even feel like it's not that they don't want to question us. I feel like it really boils down to the excitement they get. Oh shit!
Oh yeah,
he really is. Not only did he say he's Cherokee, this motherfucker look indigenous as fuck. I mean, look at him. This dude is obviously indigenous, right?
Yeah. There's this like fascination with like exoticness, you know?
Yeah.
For people.
Well, it goes back to the situation we ran into, the white savior thing.
Yeah.
So it's like stuff like that.
I've had people come up to me and be like, I've never felt native hair before. And I'm like,
I was going to ask you about that.
And I'm like, no, you can't feel my hair, but it's rough. That's all I can say. Like, it's just hair.
Yeah.
I'm like,
well, how many people have you ran into? You said bartending, right? As when people would.
That a guy tried to do that at the DMV last week, and I looked at him. And he just shut up.
But he wanted to touch your hair?
Yeah.
But yo, he was like another grown man if I could touch your hair.
He was like 6 seats down. There was like 5 of us in the office, and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. And I looked at him, and I just ignored him. And he just, I don't know, it was weird.
What the fuck?
The most recent time was like last week.
This is right there.
No, this is in Silva. This guy was like,
this is right there.
But, like, no, that's happened a lot. Even at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one guy was like, hey, excuse me, I don't mean to bother you. I was just standing there. But he's like, I don't mean to bother you, but my wife, she wants to know if she could touch your hair. And she was like right in earshot. I'm like, first off, why didn't she ask?
Right.
But no, like I didn't take a shower today. It's greasy if you want to know that. Like,
I come to look the part today.
Yeah.
I think for native boys, it's a little bit more difficult because like I got taunted like being called like a girl growing up with long hair.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you get into like a man body, it's that fades.
Yeah, I still get just the other day. I think I dropped some. I forgot what I dropped, but one of the workers was like, "Ma'am." I turned around. I could see her be like, "You dropped that, sir."
Yeah. That's happened to me.
Or I'll just be sitting there and I'll be like, "Ma'am, can you?" And then I'm like, "Is it the hair or like what?"
Right. No, yeah, I've run into that at the casino.
Yeah, it's.
Make sure you tip her. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Bro, so the culture, like native culture in general, I feel like there's so many different aspects that
The greasy hair.
Damn, I don't even want to say that, but like other people kind of run into an experience that, like, if you take 4 of these people's experience and mesh it together, we run into that all the fucking time. You know, like, oh, your accent, right? That's like people obviously not from here. But nobody, I don't think most people ask Dominicans if they can feel their hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's never crossed my mind. Where it's never like people, oh, you're Dominican? Can I feel your hair?
Yeah.
It's, oh, are you native? Can I
I've never had the urge to be like, can I?
Right. So it's like, I'm like, what the fuck? So there's that with our accent and then the hair piece. But it's like, oh, your tattoos, like, how do they?
It's almost like you're on a display show every time you walk out in public off the boundary. Yeah. Like you're on display in a museum.
Yeah, definitely feel like dinosaur in a sense. Like, and it's, I don't want to say it's sad. I capitalize on it and fucking, I'll be telling the crazy shit.
It just depends on the day. Like, if I'm in a bad mood, like, fuck off. But.
I mean, not that I like it, but I do see it as an opportunity to help educate people that don't know, especially with my experience in working there at the village and learning everything I knew. I'm like,
I mean, I like that attention.
If they're being like ignorant or something, then yeah, I'm like, whatever. But if they like, I can tell they genuinely don't know.
Right.
I'm like, all right, maybe they can help. Just get rid of some stereotypes.
I've always when I've discussed with people about it, like you said, you can tell when they're being genuine. They genuinely want knowledge, right? You can kind of scope out if they want that knowledge just for like to educate themselves, or they're going to like backfire and try to use it against you. But in the conversations that's carried on more than 10 minutes about something, they'll, I'm sorry for asking. No, if you're genuinely wanting to know, like I'll teach you. I'll talk to you about it all day. I'll teach you about it. Like me and my brother run a podcast. We talk about all these different questions that we get, or whatever. But if you're just being a dickhead, bro, and not catching on the back end, like
I think you know what I'm saying. I think a big indicator is you could tell with the wolf shirt and like the leather fringe, or the lady with like the old lady that clearly dyes her hair black. Yeah, you can see it's like a little bit blonde.
Yeah. Bro, those wolf shirts were OG. I ain't gonna lie though. There's like 5 of them with the moon behind it. They always purple.
Or like tie-dye,
purple and blue.
Tie-dye, blue tie-dye.
And it's like it's always the wolf shirt, the fringe. They're asking questions, and then at the very end, it's always how do you get enrolled?
At the very end, how do I who do I speak to?
Who do I speak to about getting? Because I think my great grandma was Cherokee, and I want to see if I can get enrolled. And I'm like,
yeah, you can talk to my chief. I'll write the number down. It'd be like Waffle House.
Just fuck it. I was about to say, just flood the chief's office.
Our chief he actually lives under the bridge right down the road. If you want to go talk to him,
right?
Yeah, there was a dealer that said something to me about it at the casino, and she said, oh yeah, you just go around to the back, to the kiosk, get a Caesar's card, like the gambling cards. Yeah, just go over there at the rewards office and they'll get you all set up. I was like, what a dickhead. Like, and they probably, more often than not, like, there's the ignorance, but then some of them are probably...
Caesar's rewards.
Got your tribal ID on you? Oh yeah, facts. What's your number?
I'm going to use that now. I'm going to start saying that.
What's your number? 194001672.
It's like, yep, 1070.
Just go in. That's
What type of member are you? Are you gold, red, silver?
Tribal Council. I'm 7-star.
Yeah.
Definitely go check out his TikTok one. You still got? Oh yeah. Real quick, TikToks and everything, bro. Do you do like a certain? Are you? Like a certain niche on TikTok, or just whatever?
No, I literally just
trends and stuff.
I think of any dumb idea, and it's weird because the ideas I think, oh, this is gonna blow up. Everybody's gonna eat this up. I'll get like 100 views, and then I'm like, well, let me upload this dumb idea I had. Now it's at like 6 million views or something. And, I'm like, but I don't have a specific none of my videos really relate to one another. I just kind of post whatever, and it just happens to
fix up.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't even have to post a hashtag. It just
You still do your YouTubing thing?
No, it's one of those things where I was like, I'll do it. But now at this point, I'm like, been a long time.
Might be cool to every so often, man. Just
Yeah.
you know, especially if you don't want to mainstream it, just every so often. It's been 8 months. I have a video.
I think it's been like 2 years since I last uploaded or something like that.
Might be.
There's also one of the things where I'm not doing as much as I was before.
That's
Yeah.
Like
life and
yeah,
yeah. Been busy.
go to work too tired, go to sleep. I'll do it tomorrow.
It'd be like that. Well, definitely send me those links and stuff. Like I said, I'll post them all down below. Thanks everybody for tapping in. We're gonna try to get back into this and be more consistent. Shit's just been happening, but comments, likes, all the good stuff. Subscribe. Thoughts, concerns. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Like I said, we're gonna definitely do a part 2.
Yeah, I'll definitely come back.
This was more of a quick, just get back into it type of deal, and I'll send you all the stuff before you post it, that type of deal.
Yeah.
But you already know what it is, man. Fuck with us.